Tim Black. Tim Black. Tim Black. Yes, I am. Funny. Tim Black. I am TimBlack.com. Tim Black. It's Friday. Hey everybody, it's Friday. How you doing? Welcome to Tim Black at Night Show. I'm glad you can make it. I'm so glad you're here. Check it out, everybody. You made it through another week. I know it wasn't easy. Trump doing everything he can to get us killed. Pompeo doing everything he can to get us killed. So thank you for being here. I'd like to give a shout out to all the Tim Black Wolfpack people out there in the world. Give it up for them, people. Come on. Let me give a shout out to my friend Bon Kim. He's in Boston, Massachusetts. I think it's Boston. He's at the Lee Camp Redacted Tonight comedy show. And he's with Debbie Lou Signet and Claudia. Give it up for the crew. Cabin Talk. Debbie's somewhere right now complaining about Bernie Sanders. Hey, Bernie, you sheepdog. Somewhere right now in that comedy club at a table with a drink, Debbie's calling Bernie a sheepdog. And Claudia's like, but he's so nice. I know him. I live right down the block. She's from Vermont. I went to his house. We had cookies. He's really... Oh, that be. Great ladies. Worked with both of them. Had them both on this show. And met them both multiple occasions. Claudia twice, one in D.C., one in Philly. Met Debbie in Philly. We did a lot of filming. And all is well with the world. That's right. I've been well traveled. I've met a lot of progressives, a lot of conservatives, a lot of moderates, a lot of liberals, a lot of non-affiliated people, a lot of independents. But it all comes down to this. Will we go to war with North Korea? That's right. Will we go to war with North Korea? That's the pressing thing, right? Everybody wants to kind of figure that out. I mean, no one wants war with a guy with a nuclear missile, right? So this is how this works. The long and short answer. Let's give you the long answer first. The long answer is it would be basically, it would take a lot for us to go to war with North Korea. A lot of drugs, mainly. You know, not weed either. We're talking about something that promotes violence, like bath salts. Yeah, we'd have to take a lot of bath salts. I mean, Trump is, he's got his issues, narcissism maybe. Maybe he's a little bigotry in there. I don't know. Misogyny. Yeah. Doesn't like to wait for things like permission to grab people by body parts. But I don't know if he wants to die. I don't know if he wants everybody else to die too. I don't think that's what he wants to do. So the long answer was, I don't think, and Kim Jong-un, I don't know. Kim Jong-un, he could be interested in death. I don't know. He's probably still smarting over what we did to Korea back in the Korean War. Oops, conflict. Gotta say conflict instead of the W word, because then I get demonetized. It's weird how that works. So look, guys, I mean, anybody out there who's wondering, who's like really having a hard time dealing with what they're seeing, it was like an amping up of talk, people talking tough. Well, we Americans, so and Kim Jong-un like, bring it on, because I'll reduce your country to ash, homie. For real, real talk. What? Uh, we reduce you to ash, and that's going back and forth. It's getting really crazy into a person who's, they're busy with their life. They don't watch a lot of TV, a lot of cable news. You walk past the TV, this crap's playing, and it's like, I blow up the whole country. And you just peek in there like, what the hell? Did he say he? Hold on. This guy talking about blowing us off the earth. Everybody's calm. But nah, man. Ladies and gentlemen, Wolfpack members, people out there watching for the first time, thank you for watching for the first time, all two of you. And no, I don't think anything's going to happen. I just don't think anything. It's going to be a bunch of talk. I think it's just it's posturing, frankly. I don't believe, because the sanctions so Trump wants to get China to implement, sanctions on North Korea, like don't trade with them and limit this and limit that, which provide pressure on North Korea. So there are other things they're trying to do that don't involve weapons and guns. And if I'm not mistaken, a lot of the stockpiling or the missile thing they're doing, they do that every year. Like they do a drill or something. Yeah, but like I said, I would love to get Dennis Rodman on the show so we can get him to talk about it. Then he would let you know exactly what's going on with his friend, Kim, because Dennis Rodman knows the guy, probably got him on speed dial. So, yeah, I'm not worried about Kim Jong-un. I'm worried about this. Hell, what am I worried about? I'm worried about the evil liberal neoliberals. They're the evil neoliberals. Want to privatize the schools, let the public schools go to hell. Meanwhile, most of the kids in public schools going to hell. Save your kid. Get out. So that's that. So like that's a problem. Places like San Francisco pisses me off. 3% black, but 56% of the prisoners are black, and people go, that's because blacks do all the crime. Well, most of them, like 85%, are there for non-violent drug crime, like having weed. And we all know we all use weed at the same rates. Buy 420. Sometimes I just wonder why people they don't open up their books or something. They don't like books. Books bad. But speaking of books, I got like 5 books over there I need to read. I ordered from Amazon. I've started on the Michelle Alexander, The New Jim Crow. That's a great book. Give it up for that book. Give it up for that book. That book's great. Look, the book is about mass incarceration in the 21st century, and that's what the book's about. It's about how this stuff isn't by accident, and it was planned, and the plight of these people, and you get these crimes on your belt, on your jacket, and then you're a felon, and then you don't have access to anything like food stamps, housing, scholarships, like voting, like nothing. Just like you would if you were a slave. It's the exact same thing happens if you get caught with a little bit of weed. Gone. And your life is gone. All right? So, and it was funny because I tweeted out the book, and somebody said, it was a really good book, but it was really sad that they didn't go into the intersectionality of misogyny and women's rights and about I'm like, what the hell? Come on, man. Why can't you have a book look, the book's not about misogyny. It's not about feminism. It's not about feminism. It's about mass incarceration. I don't watch a movie or read a book about whales and then go, it's a really good book about whales. But I'd have liked it a lot more if it was about chimpanzees. Because chimpanzees got it tough, man. I mean, they're almost people, but not quite. They don't get to listen to any cool tunes. They never get the good headphones. I mean, who does that? You know what I'm saying? Like, Where that come from? If you thought that, you not only thought that, you typed it. You not only typed it, you sent it. I'm like, wow, man. Wow. This is what we got. So it's Freedom Friday, and I'm celebrating the anniversary of the death of a great musician. His name is Prince. Give it up for him. You better give it up for Prince. Man, I remember listening to Prince records when I was still in my mama house and not fully understanding everything they meant. But I knew it was nasty, though. Little red Corvette. Darling Nikki. Man. Prince was a pioneer, man. And Prince had such range. He could do like falsetto, then baritone, and then rock, then like blues, then like he could do anything and play every instrument type dude. You know what I'm saying? Like born to do what he did. All right? Born to be an artist. Like bam. That's what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Like that's it. Not gonna do anything else. Going this way. So I love that about Prince. You know, loved it and loved his work. And died young. It's haunting, isn't it? I saw this image of, because we all know shortly, like what is it? God, it's only been like a week since Charlie Murphy passed away. And, you know, the famous skit with, you know, Charlie Murphy on the Dave Chappelle show talking about Prince and going over there playing basketball and Prince making them pancakes and all this stuff, and it was really crazy. And Prince admitting that this actually happened. He did invite everybody over his house. He did make them pancakes. Then he was like, y'all want to play basketball in my court? And they played basketball, and Prince won. And I saw someone who made it, God, man, a very touching piece of art, right? And it was a picture of, you could just see Charlie Murphy's hand, a black hand holding a basketball, walking on a court. And in front, you see Prince, fully dressed. There's a basketball hoop behind him. He's got a plate of pancakes. He's like, you ready to play? Yeah, that's right. So rest in peace, Prince and Charlie Murphy, man. Yeah, we all got to go. Can't stay here. Get your house in order. 57's too young, man. 57 is too young. Come on, man. We need to be, we've made advancements in science. The only thing is you have to have money to take advantage of it. I think I'm sold on the fact that, man, it's about our food, y'all. It's about our food. So I'm going to bring a specialist on this show. We're going to talk about food. We're going to talk about what we put in our bodies, because I think that's the difference. That's the main determining factor to longevity, is what you put in your face, what you put in your body, i.e. food, beverage, whatever. So we're going to talk about that, and I'm going to be doing more crazy, important shows like that to give you information. So anyway, guys, these are just things. Yesterday, I feel a little bit better than I did yesterday. Okay, yesterday was just like really dragging, tired. I'm still a little sore. Need to buy new tennis shoes again. Every time I do this, you know, I do on the, you know, start doing the walks and / jogs, walks, whatever. I need to upgrade the equipment. I'm getting a little shin splinty, a little tired, all that, you know. But it's okay, because, you know, if you don't know, guys, I'm on my 90-day challenge to get back in shape. So I encourage you to join me. Come on. Come on, man. You know it. If you start now, by July, you'll be happy. By July, come on. You're going to be July anyway. It might as well be July, but you're feeling better. July going to come. You might as well, and I hope you be here in July, so you're going to be here in July anyway, right? I mean, we're going to go anyway. It's not like you weren't going to go. You're going to go. So you're going to be there anyway. So why not be there and be accomplished something and set a goal and have accomplished and reached it? Do that. Come on. Come on. So yeah, I'm not afraid of North Korea, man. I'm afraid of neoliberals. You know, I'm afraid of online bigots too. Online bigots kill me. Gosh. Ugh. Ugh. I mean, I'm not afraid of them. I just want to stay away from them, you know? I remember when I first got on YouTube, I used to read comments. I get ensnarled in conversation with somebody across the, I don't even know where they are, with a weird little avatar saying really stupid things or racist things. I don't do that so much anymore. I like look at this stuff. I look at these posts. Oh my! Basically, the type of posts I'm talking about are, you know, just comments on any Tucker Carlson or Clucker Bolson video on Fox News channel. Yeah, go to their YouTube page and look at the comments section of any video he makes. And then I want all the people who were telling me, Tim, well, who thought I was being too nice to Bill O'Reilly. I knew Tucker Carlson was going to be the next guy. I don't like either one of them. If you just go to the comments section of Tucker Carlson, now I want you to pay attention to Clucker Bolson his hot rhetoric, okay? Because Clucker Bolson, he's no walk in the park either. He's no Sunday drive. He's no, back massage. This guy is just as bad. He does that. Well, I don't understand what you're talking about. Do you think that's even fair? No, seriously. I'm trying to understand what you're saying because I'm being very condescending right now. And no, what I'm saying is it doesn't make sense. It makes sense to you. I mean, no, it's not that. No, I don't have a problem. No, I'm just trying to understand. Hold on. No, very clearly. I asked you a question. I'm trying to get an answer. I'm trying to understand with you. I'm trying to debate with you. Why do you think that you deserve to be treated like a human? No, I'm listening, whatever your name is. I'm trying to understand. Excuse me for, I mean, it's like, I can't make it. We're not making any headway here. We're not having a good conversation because you keep trying to make points and I keep stepping over them. Clucker Bolson, give it up for that. You know, I went from being a guy who couldn't wait to get on the show like that to be able to, spread my message, to like let my whatever my thoughts are on the issue be exposed. Now I'm not even so interested in doing it because every time you go on a show like that, like if it's, because I just realized it's going to be, you're never going to be able to get your whole point out. Okay? They're not going to allow you to. When I went on Tommy Loren's show, Lee Camp was like, because he reminded me of when he went on Fox News, and he went on Fox News. Lee Camp went on Fox News, and he said, "You guys are all bastards, basically, and your news reporting sucks. It's all propaganda for the to keep the state and to support the state initiative and blah blah blah." And they, of course, they never had him back on. That was it, right? But luckily, Lee Camp goes to RT America, he gets a platform, he continues what he was doing on YouTube, and later came RT America. But here's the thing. He was live. See, if you're not live, then they just cut you. If you are live, they'll probably cut your mic. But if you're not live, so when I went on Tommy Loren, I was not live. So I already knew. I didn't know that I wasn't going to be live. I just assumed it was a live show. I shouldn't have made that assumption because it was pre-recorded. And I was like, okay. I can only be so really aggressive on certain topics because they just cut it out. Why wouldn't they? I mean, they have editing ability. So anyway, so that's why I'm not really that excited, guys, about going on other platforms, ones that I know who are going to be like adversarial. I'm not saying I wouldn't go on any platforms, but I just know that if you're on somebody else's platform and they don't want you to, express your thoughts, they can make it so you can. They keep changing the subject. They start strawmanning you and gaslighting your ass, and you're sitting there like, and then you get mad and you look like the angry black Tim Black, and you don't need that. But I'd still go. I mean, come on, man. I'm 100,000. I want to be big like Jimmy Dore and Kyle Kalinske, man. They're the greatest. I want to be big, man. I want to be big as Alex Jones. I want to be big like this ball and play some basketball. Reverend Jesse Jackson follows me on Twitter. I was like, what? Jackson? Oh, Jesse. Oh, Jesse. I got a lot of respect for Jesse Jackson for what he did back in the day. Back in the day. I don't even keep up with what he does now. I don't. I don't. But I was like shocked though, I'm shocked like, why Jesse Jackson follow me, man? Probably sitting over there like, you better not say nothing about me, you young bastard. I know that. Oh, I know that. I know you better not say nothing about me. I hear you talking about John Lewis. I know you better not say nothing about me. I know that. I know you know better. Right? Now, you ain't gonna say nothing about me, right? All right. Just checking. Because you know me. I have no rules. I have no filter. That's why YouTube still has me on the blacklist, y'all. Now, I have a Tim Black blacklist, and I occasionally put people on the Tim Black list. But I'm blacklisted by YouTube, and that ain't right. It ain't right. I'm kind of all over the place. I don't have any particular thing I want to say. Before we open up phone lines for Freedom Friday, I just want everybody to know Freedom Friday is tonight, so you get to call up. You get 3 minutes of uninterrupted conversation. Say what's on your mind. Speak your realness, your truthfulness. Just say it. Share a story. Share a highlight or whatever, man. That's what Freedom Friday is. I love doing that. Also, typically on Thursdays and freaking Tuesday, like I may open phone lines any day of the week, but I definitely open them on Tuesdays and Fridays. But like I opened them yesterday as well. So, but Freedom Friday is where you get to call up and talk about any topic. Okay, I would like people to kind of stick to the topics at hand on Thursday. But on Friday, man, if you want to call up, talk about whatever, that's the day. You just call up and talk about it. Okay? It's Freedom Friday. That's what it is. Yeah, man. So, look, I'm going to go here to the phone calls and see if we got some people. We got a few people over there. It's great. That's what we're doing. Some people in the house. Give it up for my callers in the queue. Phone number 319-527-6212. 319-527-6212. And call up and get in the queue, guys, and let's let it rip. Let's get the vibes going, man. Because I'm pumped up. My coffee maker went out, so I'm doing iced coffee. It's not bad, man. Not bad. I'm not really an iced coffee guy, but I was like, hey, I need some caffeine. It's not like I'm at the Lee Camp show with my man Bon Kim and Claudia and Debbie, so I'm here. I got to pump it up, man. I got to stay motivated with my coffee. It's not like I'm up here, Lee Camp like, yo, listen here, America, We listen to the totalitarian oligarchy. Lee Camp ripping him a new one. So, let me get some paper out. Where is the papers? The papers. Got some paper over here. But yeah, man, who's in the chat room? I saw a couple people hanging out in the chat area earlier. Who's in the chat area? Who is in the house? We got some people. We have Bruins for Cornbread. Bruins for Cornbread's in the house. My brother, Sandra Lee, Angel Tibbs, Stephanie Chateau, Brian Crosby, Jennifer Check, Jilly Love. Smoke over the line. Smoke over the line. Oh, you know what? Thank you, Smoke Over the Line. I was thinking that, but I was running late. I was going to be on time tonight. Honestly, guys, I was. That freaking coffee, I messed with that coffee machine, cut it on, cut it off, cut it on, cut it off. It's like, I know it's a way to do this in a pot, but I didn't really have time. And my maid called in sick. So hard to find good help nowadays. You're right. You're right. I had to. Not long I've been wearing this purple shirt. Oh man, who is E? E, what's up, E? Eve T. Give it up for Eve T with a super chat donation. Eve T, thank you for donating to the show. Thank you, Eve T. I'm glad I'm paying attention to get a shout out for a super chat donation. Appreciate you. Thank you for keeping entertaining political commentary and humor alive. We keep it real. I never let the jokes overtake the truth. So the truth has always got to be more important than the joke, because not every time I'm going to tell jokes. I just need something to piss me off, to make me rant a little bit, and I think some of my callers are going to call up with that. But I'm not going to manufacture a rant just to do it. We got enough real stuff going on, and one of my callers is going to light a fuse under me. Know that, Eve T. And when that happens, there's going to be consequences and repercussions. Because I, Eve T, I'm going to go off. All right? All right. All right, guys, let me take the first call. First caller in the queue. Taking them in the order that they are received is 509. Hey, 509, how you doing?
Hey, Tim. It's Tom from the Nebraska. I think the Dems better. We need to do a better job standing up for the values we lead with, and we have access to our shared values and lead with our values, put our values into action. And when we do that, we put hope on the ballot. We win. Good God, jeez, Tim, it's horrible. It's just pitiful. It's Broke Carpenter.
Yeah, I know, man. What's up, brother?
Oh, hell's bells. I'll tell you what, man. You tell me this. Bernie and Perez on this Unity tour. It's kind of like the Stones touring with Milli Vanilli, you know? I mean, nobody comes to see Milli Vanilli play, you know? So, in my opinion, actually what Bernie's doing is kind of hip, because basically he's got the Democratic Party is paying for him to go to red states to speak his good word, right?
Right.
And he's just shoving it in the Democrats' face every chance he gets. So, you know, I'm pretty hip with it, man. You know, so far so good. But I don't know, man. I just that one. I do feel like Bernie's doing a good job of putting the word out and getting around and doing the right thing. And anyhow, hey, the other thing I had to talk about was how did this deal with Trump and showing his strength to our allies in Japan and South Korea. And we're going to send a carrier group, and the carrier group goes somewhere else. I don't know about you, but like if I'm Japan or South Korea, I'm kind of thinking, you know, maybe this dude don't have my back. You know what I mean? So, hey, brother, I'll tell you what. I'll leave you plenty of time for everybody else. You have a good night. I think we have the greatest chat room on YouTube, no doubt. And Oz is the reason why.
Hey.
So we all love them. We all love
Oz
so,
and Broken Carpenter, man. Both you guys. Thank you, man. Thank you, Broken Carpenter, for all you do, man. Broken Carpenter, man, has been helping me out for a long time, man, helping me promote the show. And then we met in Philly, and he just still gets back into it, man. He follows me on Twitter, and we talk. And he's also he also tries to keep the peace in the chat room to make it so it can be a chat room, you know. It doesn't become like a bathroom wall in a dive bar dive. I don't know. But anyway, thank you so much, Broken Carpenter, for that. All right, I got a 314 number in the house. 314, you're live. Tim Black, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Tim?
Hey, Don Bird. What's up, man?
Shit, man, just chilling on a Friday night.
Okay.
That's about it. just wanted to call in, man, and talk about a few things that was on my mind. The first thing is, oh yeah, I want to say, it was cool you opened up the phone lines more days, so I like listening to the show and hearing other people's opinions, other than just on Friday. So that was pretty cool. You opened it up, throughout the week like that, and took calls from a lot of people that I know that probably can't get in on Fridays. But
Right.
and now, man, I just been chilling. But I was thinking about that Unity tour. They got Bernie and Perez going around, and I seen like a little video. It was Bernie and Tom Perez and Bernie. Just the way Bernie was just sitting there, the look on his face, it's like, man, just go home, Bernie. Just go home. It just looked like, they asked Tom Perez questions and it's just platitude after platitude.
Yeah.
They can't tell us what they stand for. They don't stand for nothing.
Nothing.
That's the only message I got. And then I still remember when Bernie was running in 2015, he was saying, do you ever see me doing crazy stuff like this? Do the opposite. So, maybe we need to do the opposite of what we see him doing.
Right.
Because I remember him saying that in 2015. If you ever see me doing crazy stuff like this, do the opposite. So maybe, he trying to tell us something. I don't know, but it just looked real awkward when I seen that video of him and Tom Perez doing an interview on, I think that, I can't remember what channel it was, but it was one of them corporate media stations, but it was a video. And yeah, Bernie just looked sad up there. It just broke my heart, man, to see Bernie looking like that. It's crazy. But I'll let you go because I know a lot of people want to call in and everybody stay the resistance.
That's right.
Not that Democratic corporate media stuff. We got to keep on fighting. Thanks, Tim.
Hey, no
Appreciate
doubt.
you.
Hey, thank you, Don Bay from the great state of Missouri, man. I appreciate you, my brother. Brothers broken. Look, the two brothers, man. Broken Carpenter and Don Bay, man. These guys are great, man. I appreciate you so much, man. Keep my Friday going. 202, you're live with Tim Black Freedom Friday.
Hey, what's up, brother Tim? It's EJ and VA.
EJ and VA. What up, EJ?
What's good, man? What's good? So, wanted to tell you real quick what I did on my 420 because it was awesome. It was awesome. So, I did what I do every day. So, anyway, I agree on pretty much everything you said. You know what I'm saying, today. So I called to disagree on one point because what fun is it to have callers that agree with everything? So.
Right.
Yeah, so the point that I was going to disagree with was with my man Tucker Carlson. See, I would like to know why you don't like him because he's one of the realest people that's on TV giving news, and that's
Really?
on CNN and MSNBC and everything.
Wow.
I mean, I know people don't like his personality, you're a little smug, clean-shaven, but facts are facts. I mean,
Wow.
he just slays people with facts, and he gets legitimate opposition on, has a nice little 7-minute debate, then he slays them real quick. I think it's awesome. Like, I'm glad they got a young guy, not some old guy. Like, it's a young voice. He's a libertarian, so I rock with him. I heard some of his radio shows, So that's my own thing on Tucker. And the last reason I called, I wanted to talk about Aaron Hernandez. So I don't know what, I guess maybe I was wrong. Maybe you can tell me what you think. So I posted this meme because I think memes are hilarious of Aaron Hernandez, right? And maybe it was a little too soon or whatever, but it was funny to me. It was kind of funny. I mean, it was like, so the Browns called, and it was his lawyer, and it was like the Browns called, and they said, if we get you out, you can go to the Browns. And then all of a sudden, the next day, he kills himself. I thought it was funny. So some people laughed, and other people was extremely mad at me. Like, they was, I can't believe this, blah, blah, blah. Like, they was like, you need to respect the dead. And I'm like, did we respect Hitler because he's dead? I mean, I don't think that's a legitimate reason to just respect something, you know what I'm saying? And then I noticed that the same people saying stuff was the same people that was supporting Hillary Clinton so hard in the primaries and in the election. So I just played the you know, the video of her laughing at killing Gaddafi. We came, we saw he died, ha ha ha. And then all of a sudden it was crickets. Nobody had nothing to say then. So I just wanted to share that, and you have a good rest of your show, bro.
Hey, man, thank you, man. And look, you're right, man. Disagreeing is fine. If you give me a reason to talk, man, because you give me a topic. Thank you, EJ, man. I appreciate you, brother. Yeah, my 3 brothers called up, man. Where the ladies at? Okay, ladies, I need y'all to get in here in the queue. It's not right. Wow. That was good, man. So Aaron Hernandez's death is too soon to talk about that and what I think about that. And then we got Tucker Carlson, why I don't like him. Why no likey? Okay. I'm gonna come back to that. I got a couple. I'm gonna take another call before I address that though, EJ. Thank you for the questions. That is cool. I appreciate it. 410. 410, you're live with Tim Black on Freedom Friday. Who's this?
This is Uncle Ron, man.
Uncle Ron, man. Look, Uncle Ron, I'm not going to touch nothing till you are done, brother. I'm so sorry about what happened the other day, man. Uncle Ron, y'all. What's up, man?
Hey, it's all good to me, man. It's all good. I got my point through, and then I found out I was cut off. All I could do was laugh out loud.
I was pissed, Ron.
But anyway.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's all right. It's all good. It is all good. Easter ended up being fantastic. Had like 17 adults here at the house with my wife and I, and you know, we joined both of our families together, and so it was all good. But I do want to go back to last week, something that I didn't get a chance to say. I was in the chat room earlier tonight with Angel Tibbs, and I want, seriously, I don't know if I'm the only person who's ever been in a combat branch in the military who's on this line or who's following your show, but I honestly and truly believe that everything that we have seen with that Moab being dropped out in the middle of nowhere, and you had those 60 Tomahawks go off, and only 30 of them hit something, and it was a airfield that had been deserted. It's all a ruse. It's all a ruse. When there is no war going on, it is a massacre by the United States using bombs, and there is no likelihood that we, nor China, nor Russia are going to be going against each other. It's crazy. We're talking about nuclear powers. We don't fight each other. We use proxy wars. It is all a ruse so that people can save face and get another agenda through. And that's all I want to say about that. That's all I want to say about that. But I also would like everyone who can possibly do what I'm about to suggest to just go ahead and do it. I left the big banks. I left Bank of America, and I went with a small credit union that has maybe 20 branches in the area, and it has been a revelation. It has been a good thing. The people are so much nicer. I don't have the restrictions that I did with Bank of America, and they don't get to play with my damn money. And that's the main thing. I started going back to stop paying my bills online. I started using postage. I want somebody to have a daggone job. I started going back into the check-in lines and stop using self-checkout. I want somebody to be there to work. And I think that there are a bunch of small things that we all can do to try and help those who have manual jobs. And those are small things. Yes, they take up a little bit of time. But guess what? You end up talking to somebody in the checkout line that you otherwise would not talk to. I want you to think about that. With all the robotics that are coming up and shared driving and all this drive sharing and things like this that they're trying to force down on people, They're trying to take interaction with people away to truly make us a herd of sheep.
Wow.
And we can't do it. We can't do it. Now, I've said my 2 cents for tonight. And, brother man, all I'm waiting now for is Dave to call in, and I'll be happy.
That's what's up, man. Thank you, Uncle Ron, for the inspiring words on the bank exit. I love it, man. And a lot of humanitarian, a lot of humanity in that call, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Uncle Ron. Yeah, a lot of humanity in there. You might have to actually talk to someone, and you guess what might happen. You might like it. Talking to people. People. Real people? Like flesh and blood? You mean not an avatar? Oh, God, Ron. No, man, I love people. And I love actually being live more than I love being live like this. Hell, that's why I start doing my shows live, because Momo's like, Tim, you're a lot freer, more loose when you're live. I'm the opposite. So I'm even better in person. Like, Ron, I met you in D.C. Walking, calling people out of the audience when I was giving my speech and everything. Just interacting with people is nothing's like it. So I encourage everyone to consider Ron's suggestions. Let me go to the next call, guys. I got a 205 number in the queue. Hey, 205. What's up?
Hey, it's Stephanie from Tennessee.
What up, Stephanie? What's going on?
Hey, I wasn't going to call in tonight because I already called in yesterday, but then somebody brought up Tucker Carlson. I was like, I got to call in. Because he was asking, why don't you like Tucker Carlson? And I get his point of view, but I'm gonna give it a compliment and critique sandwich to Tucker Carlson, my very honest one here, because I've watched him, and sometimes I'm like, yeah, he's doing okay, and other times I'm like, you freaking moron. Like, I started my relationship with Tucker as a news person very badly, because a long time ago he was on some morning show where he was like making fun of like pagans and Wiccans and stuff, and saying there was more Zoroastrians than there were Wiccans, and I was like, that's completely false. I know that because I worked in a metaphysical bookshop for a while,
okay.
Which I think I told you before. But like he knew nothing about religion, and he's just like talking about these people in this completely like bigoted way, and these people just completely slammed him, and they were like petitioning him and saying that he was going over. I mean, they were right. Like he was kind of like inciting people to like hate on a particular religious group. And what surprised me though was that, unlike other Fox News people like Bill O'Reilly, is that after about a week getting barraged by this stuff, he came on, he's like, you know what, I did wrong, I was wrong, I apologize, I was really ignorant. I was like, what? Like, someone on Fox News actually like, apologized and was respectful? Like, I'm so confused. And then I forgot about him for a while, and he came back, and he was he called out the whole thing about, he pointed out that they didn't have evidence on Russia giving WikiLeaks the emails, and I was like, all right, Tucker, thumbs up, I'll leave a little comment, like, good job on the Twitters. And then he turns around and has an interview with Bill Nye, and he's doing the pompous ass thing, and he thinks he's like, owning Bill Nye, but Bill Nye's just staring at him like he's like a moron, because like the stuff that he's saying, if you know the science that he's talking about, Bill Nye, he did sound pretty friggin' moronic. So it's like, Tucker he always thinks that he's being truthful, or, like I would like to say that he attempts to tell the truth, what he thinks is the truth in his mind. Like, he does not seem to do intentionally disingenuous things like other Fox News broadcasters, but some of the opinions he has are kind of stupid. It's a mixed bag with him. That's my feeling. That's it. Just wanted to give an opinion on that.
Okay. Well, hey, you know what? Hey, look, I appreciate it. And maybe that goes to my friend EJ's question. Appreciate you, Stephanie. for offering some insight. What you think about Tucker Carlson? Oh man, so Tucker Carlson. Okay, I remember Tucker Carlson. He used to be on this show. Was it Morning Joe? He was on something, right? This was before. This was a few years ago, right? I don't think it was during the 2016 election. I think it was like 2008. He's been out there for a while, okay? And it was like he would, gosh, I don't know. It was just, okay, I thought that he was being contrary to be contrary, okay? And maybe it was what he really thought, but I couldn't really tell. But and don't get me wrong, I don't watch a whole lot of Tucker Carlson, but the pieces, certain segments I've watched, maybe people alert me to them because they are more incendiary, like the worst segments. Tucker Carlson just appears to me to be like overly like combative, right? He does pick people apart, but he does so. I don't think he does it in a way that is always genuine. Okay, and okay. For instance, let me not talk highbrow. Let me just let me be specific. There was a video that someone just sent me like a day ago of a student who had some type of petition going around for reparations for black folks, right? Okay, for the descendants of slaves, not black folks from the Caribbean. Not Rachel Dolezal, none of that. Like black people who went through slavery, segregation, Jim Crow, lynchings, discrimination, finally Voters' Rights Act, 64, okay, and redlining, all the stuff, all the things. And Tucker Carlson, he played the game where he agrees, like he's, like you say, he's playing it like he's calling it as he sees it. All the way up, like you can't deny slavery, you can't deny Jim Crow, you can't deny legislation, laws written, you can't deny what was done in this country up to like 50 years ago. And his whole thing was, well, yeah, something should be done about it, but it should not be done at the expense of anyone else. But not like, and to me, that was a totally disingenuous argument. Now, if he said he doesn't think anything should be done about it, I would accept that. That's how he feels. He's just one guy with an opinion. But for the guy to say, yeah, it's wrong, yeah, the fact that, your parents didn't even have the opportunity to pursue happiness in the same way my parents were in this country, that's wrong. And the woman's, but to say that if anybody else has to suffer anything because of us trying to make you whole from that experience, that doesn't make sense to him. That totally seems like a cheap-ass way out. If you agree that there was a wrong done, right? In our society, we right wrongs. We don't go, oh, it was a wrong, so I guess, hey, well, that's screwed up, man. Okay, so if you believe there was a wrong done, we have remedies for that. Right? And it always goes back to, if you give someone a remedy, it's going to hurt these people. When we have a government that prints money for anything, they print money for anything. And this woman was talking about college education. She wasn't talking about money. She was talking about college. She was talking about scholarships. So people who did not live up to the scholarship would have the scholarship revoked. Like if you can't maintain a scholarship, you get kicked out. We know that. So, and I thought that was a small thing, a very meager, very, very small thing to ask for. And Tucker Carlson's like, he's doing the snide thing, like, what? I don't understand. Well, all these white people will suffer, and they never did anything to black people. This isn't about what white people did. This is about what the government did. This is about government policies, dude. This is about banks not loaning money to black folks. This is about banks. This is about government. This is about policy. It's not about you. It's not about a white guy in Missouri. It's not about a white guy in Maryland. It's not about you. But then I looked at the comment section. I shouldn't have done that. Because from his rhetoric, there were thousands of comments from white people saying black people are lazy, black people are stupid, black people just want something for nothing, and all this shit. And that just goes to show, if Tucker Carlson or Blucker Balson or Klupper Balson is a real authentic human being. He's real authentic and he's intellectually honest. He knows that if there are people who work for free in a country for hundreds of years, for you to call those people lazy is a disgrace. But those people were getting that from his conversation. He did not keep it real on that broadcast. Now, once again, if he disagrees of what the trajectory of the pain and suffering that the descendants of slaves have suffered in this country, if he disagrees with that, that's one thing. But if you agree with it, and you see the only reason why we can't try to do something to mitigate it is because we think that some white people might have some problems with it because they might get less money themselves. Well, that's BS because, hey, man, I have no problem with the family of the shooter who shot those 3 unarmed white guys, the black guy, Muhammad, Kari Ali Muhammad, who shot the 3 white guys. I don't feel bad if the state helps those families because a justice was done. And I'm sorry, an injustice was done. Okay? Now, I don't know if the state would do that, but I'm saying in that situation, I don't feel bad about that. I would feel like justice. Let's make these people whole. So to me, for someone to say that Tucker Carlson is intellectually honest, I think you're not really looking at Tucker Carlson, because that was a prime example of it, and that pissed me off. And I said, you know what, this guy, I was already borderline like, forget this guy, all right. And then I saw that. So there's been a couple other clips. If you look them up on YouTube, I'm sure you'll run across them. I'm not saying I'm not saying that everything he's done, because I have not seen everything he's done. But that one video to me, because see, I ride for anyone who was a victim. But when I see that, but for you to say, yeah, I recognize the victimization, I recognize the legacy, I recognize all these things, but what can we do about it? We can't do anything about it, because we do something about it, these people are going to be mad because they're not going to get anything. And he equated all of that. He equated all of that struggle, all that pain to say, well, if you got 3 lollipops, you got 3 people and you only give out 2 lollipops, somebody's getting hurt. That was his analogy. That was the level of his intellect, the best analogy he could come up with. And his reason for saying she was an idiot for wanting scholarships to be given to the descendants of slaves. Not money, not cars, not Jordans, not Kanye tickets, scholarships. All right, I'm going to go to the next call. Give it up for that. Okay, guys, trying to find out where we're on the queue. I see we got some new callers in the queue. I appreciate you coming through. Let's try this 360 number. 360, you're live with Tim Black, Freedom Friday.
Hello? Hello?
Yes, who's this?
This is Jimmy T in Vancouver, Washington.
Jimmy T, what's up, man? You're live on the air. What's going on tonight?
Well, today we have a problem with the oil industry. They're attempting to use the Columbia River in the greater Pacific Northwest as a means to ship the bulk and crude at the rate of 320,000 barrels of oil a day by rail through the Scenic Gorge area. This facilitation is being done by the Burlington Northern Santa Fe Railroad, which is owned by Bill Gates and Warren Buffett, to deliver the bulk and sweet crude oil for the Koch brothers and Koch Industries to the Chinese. Now, why would you ask that it's part of national security that you not photograph the use of the Columbia River National Scenic Area and the transportation routes for America's natural resources to be given to an Well, an enemy of our state as far as the purchase or sale of war commodities might go. The answer is relatively simple. These individuals that are doing it are simultaneously robbing us of our natural reserves to defend ourselves should our enemy decide to wage war upon us. So when you connect the dots about losing all of our steel, giving up our cash for clunkers, shortly thereafter sending them our coal reserves, and now our oil reserves, know this, it is a prelude to war. Those that own the money have sold us out. They no longer fly the flag of the United States, nor they make this their homeland. We are left as fodder, and the wall that they build to our south, well, just like Berlin, just like in China, it's not to keep the enemy out. It's to trap the domestics in as you eliminate your enemies and make the rest enslaved. Have a good evening.
Wow, give it up for Jimmy T, ladies and gentlemen. Jimmy T. Wow. Wow. Jimmy. What got into you, man? What got into you tonight? God. We'll just keep it the way it is. I don't want to change the configuration. Wow, Jimmy, what's going on, man? You were serious. I'll let someone else comment on that comment. Okay. 304. Thank you for the phone call, Jimmy T. 304, you're live with Tim Black on Freedom Friday.
Hey, it's Stephanie up in West Virginia.
Oh, I'm sorry, Steph.
Hello?
Oh, hey. Oh, this other Stephanie. Hey, Steph, what's going on?
Not much. I just wanted to share with you some of the news in West Virginia. I'd like to talk about something other than West Virginia with you one day, but I guess until we get some progress here, this is what we're going to be talking about. But our governor decided it was a good idea to veto the budget by displaying it on a silver platter with literal bullcrap on it. This is the news that gets talked about. This is what gets the attention. The so-called partisan fight between the Democrats and the Republicans. They're not talking about the town of McDowell, that 90% of the people that live there have had their gallbladders taken out due to heavy metal poisoning. That MCHM spill that happened 3 years ago, they've never looked into that. They still won't test it. If you look up the chemical, half of the sheet's empty. It doesn't tell you anything that it does. They've done no testing, and they're still using that chemical. And it just leaked back in February into the Canal River again, but nobody covered it. I live 10 miles down the road. I never heard about it. I've been sick. A lot of people have been sick. The trees here are dying. They're saying it's blight or something like that, but the foliage, everything. People are getting sick. I'm watching on my street where people are going in ambulances, nonstop ambulances up and down the street. I've talked to my neighbors. You know, they keep going to a hospital for different illnesses, but they keep saying that the water's fine. It's not fine. And you got people like Joe Manchin and Shelley Moore Capito and Jim Justice that want to pollute our waters even more, and they say it's for jobs. And no job is worth that. No job. And Jim Justice is more worried about his props. He's got, this latest one, but he also uses this tackle box and a whole list of them. But they won't do anything for us. That's what he's worried about. But you've got people like this woman named Paula Swearingen. I think that's how you say her name. She goes out and she works harder in one day to fight for our water than any of these politicians do in a lifetime. So I just wanted to give her a shout out. And Anoa Changa, I think that's how you say it. But she also talked about the MCHM spill because she went through it because she lived here. So I wanted to say thank you to her for giving us a voice. And
Wow.
I guess that's it.
Wow, Stephanie. Thank you for calling up and alerting me to what's going on with this guy, Kim Justice. I appreciate you. And you know what? I will follow up, and I'm going to try to see if I can get Paula Swearinger on the show, because I'd like to hear from her and know what and educate our viewers on it. Thank you so much, Stephanie. I appreciate you. Stories you won't hear on the mainstream media, huh? This is why independent media matters. And as Stephanie was explaining, that start boiling inside, y'all. Right? Justice, fairness. That's a quest. It's a never-ending quest. It's so many injustices in this country and in this world. If you just focus on that, not color, not nationality, not ethnicity, not orientation, none of that other stuff, if you just focus on that, you can stay busy for a lifetime. There's so many wrongs. And what I won't say it cures everything, but one thing it damn sure does cure that helps it, exposure. Exposure. Because roaches hate light. Okay? Roaches hate light. All right. Aaron Hernandez. Before I go to the next call, let me touch on Aaron Hernandez for EJ. He asked me what I think about Aaron Hernandez, and he put up a meme, and he said it was a meme that was satirical, and it was about Aaron not being traded, like he would get traded to the Cleveland Browns, and they were going to release him and trade him to the Cleveland Browns. That was the condition, and he hung himself, and people didn't think it was funny. Yeah, it was a little soon, EJ. But humor is humor, and I'll take it as a joke. That's what I would do. My thing with Aaron Hernandez is, and I try to educate people in my family as well, because there were some people upset, like, oh, man, this poor guy, this young man, very young man. Here's the thing with Aaron Hernandez. He took life. All right? He killed a man. I think he killed a man. I believe he killed a man. You have to start there. If you start at that place that he killed a man, I don't think we need to listen to the rest of the stuff too much. Okay? Now I understand we have concerns. We want people to do well, and we hear a sad story, and loss of life is a sad thing, and we lament over that. But make no mistake about it, we should also be having empathy for the victims of Aaron Hernandez as much as you have feelings for Aaron Hernandez. What really gets to me is that he was a very young man when this stuff went down. We're talking 23, 24. That's sad. It's horrible. It's a cautionary tale. I hope that people learn from it. But don't begin to get me started on this whole, we feel sorry for him. There are people every day in this world who don't have the opportunities of Aaron Hernandez. And not to say he was given to him, but he was afforded those opportunities because he hit the physical jackpot, the physicality, athletic jackpot of life. I walked past the guy today in Best Buy buying my son something. Damn it. Because it's his birthday tomorrow. He's going to be 19. Damn, 20. Gosh, 19. And this guy was like 6'7". I looked at him and I said to my wife, I said, look, that's the size of basketball players. You see that? That's the basketball player. She's like, yeah, I saw him. It's like, that's a basketball player. Abnormal height. Some people are abnormally strong. Some people are quick. Some people have, these people are like superheroes. This young man, Aaron Hernandez, was gifted with physicality and athleticism that could projected his life to a whole nother level. And for whatever reason, he could not get out of where his brain was with hanging in the hood and doing what he used to do and all of that stuff. And I remember when I was a young man, I had to make some decisions. I made those decisions. I cut my ties with my friends who were going away, going a direction I did not want to go with my life. It was hard. I had to be alone. I had to leave them all alone. They called me names. They said this, they said that, and I did it anyway. Every man or one man has to make that choice. Aaron Hernandez didn't make that choice. So, and as a result, we have people who are deceased who are also mothers and brothers and sisters and cousins of the person he was convicted of killing. So pardon me if I don't have all this sympathy for Aaron Hernandez. I will say it is sad, but don't make me out the bad guy, because I say sometimes you get what you pay for. And sometimes you have to pay for it. And sometimes there ain't no give in that. Sometimes there's no wiggle out of that. Sometimes you get what you put out. Sometimes when the roosters come home, the roosters come home. They don't stop somewhere else to go to the drive-through to pick up a shake and forget about coming to see you. Sometimes when you put bad out, when you put evil out, when you put death out, when you put pain out, sometimes it comes back to see you, and it doesn't forget you. So, that's what I think about Aaron Hernandez. May he rest in peace. My condolences to his family. My condolences to Mr. Lloyd, and everyone who suffered from this. Odin Lloyd is his name. My brother. All right. 843, thank you for your patience. You're live with Tim Black Freedom Friday. Who's this?
Hey, Tim. It's Autumn, your little sister.
Autumn in the house. How you doing?
I'm good. Well, I want to do this three-part. Number one, I want to thank you for your tribute to Prince. My God, probably one of the most amazing musicians ever.
Right.
And number two, the whole thing with Bernie traveling with that horrible guy.
Right.
You know what? The DNC is like paying half his cost. So I think Bernie is I hope he's operating as a Trojan horse. But thirdly, I want to pick up on what Uncle Ron said, in that we can, in our own communities, make a difference by not going through self-checkout, by, if you have like a bill to pay, waiting online for a person to talk to, even though it takes more time, let's keep the jobs going, and we can do that. Because I don't know. I just feel sometimes overwhelmed and depressed at how things are going. But you know what? Locally, we can still make a difference and, build a foundation. But anyway, Tim, love you, man, and thanks for all you're doing.
Oh, no, excellent.
That's all I have to say.
You're welcome, Autumn, but thank you for your call and thank you for your comments. Yeah, you feel powerless? Anybody feel powerless out there? Take advantage of what you can do in your local area. You may not matter to the, Trump, but you can matter at the local grocery store. You can matter at the local whatever, right? Like the car wash. I remember when car washes by hand, do you know how many people can make money at those little car washes where they actually touch your car, actually touch you, as opposed to going through the little drive-through thing, right? Is that what you guys talking about? Am I in the same spirit? That's the same spirit of the checkout line. Because machines, though they are more they may be more efficient in some ways, they don't raise kids. They don't raise kids. And they don't pay mortgages. Nope. They don't take care of sick parents. Nope. We do that. You and I. All right. So thank you, Autumn. Next call, 434, Mr. Kokata.
Hey, Tim.
What's up, brother?
Man, I didn't get to catch you from the very beginning, so I was really just catching up.
I feel you, man.
I came in right before the young sister called in that was talking about the metaphysical. She said she worked in the metaphysical bookstore or whatever.
Stephanie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So shout out to Stephanie and the medical physical bookstore and all the witches worldwide.
I heard that. Hey, I know that's, I know you relate to that. She's on Twitter at Chateau Ruby, man. I don't know if you follow her.
No, but I will definitely try to go look her out.
Yeah. She does some great artwork too, man. She's I've been tweeting her artwork, man. Really cool stuff.
That's what's up. And shout out to show the girl to call from the other Virginias. I always say that jokingly, from West Virginia. I can't even remember her name.
The other Virginia. Yeah,
Stephanie. I mean, whenever they messing with the water supply, man, I think that's a very sticky and dangerous thing. And I don't know how people can sleep at night messing with other people's drinking water. You know what I mean? Because I mean that can go left really quick. That's the one constant that everything on this planet needs.
Yeah.
And I don't think they ought to be fucking with that.
Absolutely. Well, look,
But
man.
other than that, you already know what time it is. I'm going to pop the top. Oh, yeah.
I already popped my top.
And we are all going to give a big cheers and toast to Tim. I don't care if you're drinking Kool-Aid. Put your glasses in the air. Shout out to my brother Tim Black for staying consistent, you know what I'm saying, with alternative media and putting the real information out there for the people to hear.
I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you both, Nabi and Mystical. I appreciate it, guys. Give it up
Go
for
ahead,
my crew.
because you ain't talked to Tim in like 5 years. Go ahead, now.
I haven't got anything to say. I'm back here listening to music and just jamming. What? Bill Cosby, little old man.
What kind of mess is that? You see how she acts, Tim? See how she acts?
With a tear. Kind of.
It's all good.
You're fired. You are cut off tonight. You ain't drinking nothing else. All right, Tim.
All right, guys. I love y'all, man. Give it up for Mystical and Naldi, man. They got a right to call up and just check in and give some shout outs. They've been supporting this channel for about 3 years now. So much love to them. Much love to them. Oh, I got a call here at I got an international phone call here at 1493. You're out of the States. You're live with Tim Black, Freedom Friday.
This is me.
Yes, it is.
Hey, Tim. Joe from Berlin.
Joe from Berlin. Give it up for Joe from Berlin, guys. How are you, my friend?
I tried to call you a few weeks ago.
Okay.
It was the day that Merkel was in Washington, and I was really excited for my first call into the Tim Black Show. And your phone system was down.
I believe it. Well, I'm glad we're up to date.
No worries. Well, what I thought was funny that night, and I watched some of the mainstream in the U.S. and of course the mainstream here. And the reports were immediately out. Merkel showed Trump democracy and showed the U.S. the right way. And watching everything, I thought she got her ass handed to her. And immediately she came back and started setting up to increase funding for the military, which the Germans don't like at all. But so for months it's been just hate Trump for things he hadn't done anything yet. And so then came the Syrian missile attack, and suddenly everyone in the U.S. said, wonderful, as far as I could tell from here. And I thought, well, the Germans must be against war. They hated George Bush for going into Iraq with no reason, and they must hate Trump for the same. No. all the jokes stopped, and he's somewhat president now in their eyes.
Yes,
and it's just this insanity that war makes the man somehow correct or okay. And I never thought it filtered down to the Europeans, where the Europeans would be accepting of war maneuvers from the U.S. president, especially when they attack a Russian ally, which could, probably not. I think Uncle Ron is absolutely correct. I mean, the Russians aren't going to just jump right in on it, but they could, and nobody seems to give a shit. It's just well, no, he's now he's leading the world again.
Mm-hmm. My brother.
And so that's it was just my amazement. I guess I wanted to throw out the same BS that you see on CNN there or whoever they are. You know all the ones. There's so much of that here, and there's so many crazy things going on here that they don't report. And Merkel's big dream of controlling all of Europe, she's focused on now all the news. Everyone's focused on what Trump and China and Syria and so. Well, wait, you have your own country. Maybe you're not in the game. Maybe you should just concentrate on what you're doing. But no, I thought I'd give a shout out from Europe just to give you an idea of what's going on over here.
Look, Joel, I appreciate it.
There's so many issues in so little time.
You know it, man. You know it. But look, man, I appreciate you listening and calling in, guys. Give it up for Joel in Berlin, man. Thank you, Joel, for your opinion, sir.
Thank you, Tim.
You got it, man. Thank you. You have a good one, too, man. Have a great weekend. Wow, it's always great to get an international perspective, just what's going on, because we all, you live in your bubble, in your world, your country, whatever. Some of us live in our state, right? And it's interesting to hear Joel explain how their mainstream media gives them crap too. Like they got their deep state, they got their their propaganda puppets, their mainstream media spokesmodels or whatever, pumping that stuff too. So yeah, so we're all in the same boat, and I thank you for being a watcher, man, and a supporter of the show. Thank you, Joel. 973 is still in the queue. My never 73 fell off. Okay, 973. 704. 704, you're live with Tim Black, Freedom Friday.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Tim.
What up?
What's going on, man? This is Bruce again from North Carolina.
My man Bruce is in the house, man. Thank you, Bruce. What's going on, Bruce?
Doing good, man. Now, let me ask you a question, Tim. What pissed you off more this week or last couple of weeks? The Flint meeting, the town hall where people were getting dragged out and arrested for simply asking questions, or the fact that in Arizona, kids were getting stamped need lunch money on their arms because they didn't have lunch money to give to the schools. So the schools would stamp lunch money on their arm, basically shaming them so that their parents could pay their bills. Which one seems more messed up to you?
Damn, dude. I would say the kids. But you know what? I saw the clip about the Flint, but I saw they didn't show him inside, so I didn't know what happened. So they just showed him outside being arrested. Seemed like a very decent guy, very calm. Told the ladies not to give the cops a problem. But I did not hear of the second story. And to me, that's somehow more horrific because it involves children. But go ahead, Bruce.
Okay. The first story, you would have done as a husband, I would have lost my shit, because what you didn't see afterward or before that, when they were inside, the one of the police officers or detectives or chiefs or whatever, he was basically escorting them out, and out of nowhere, while they were about to leave, I guess he was upset because the guy kept yelling and screaming, and since I guess he wanted to send a message, he grabbed his wife and then slammed her into the wall and then arrested her. This was a small dude either. He was like 6'2", 6'3", 280 or something like that. Like grabbing this dude's wife and then slam her. And he's like four other cops like right there at the barrier between him and this guy and his wife and him. And it's like, come on, dude. Like, I have family who are cops. And stuff like that irks me. You know why? Because every asshole cop like Darren Wilson and every asshole cop like the guy who shot Castile and the guy who shot like all of the shootings that we've seen up to this point. You know who ends up paying for it? Good cops who've done nothing sometimes. A lot of the times when you see those shootings like what happened in Dallas, where those cops got taken out by that sniper, who's to say those cops did anything? Those could have been good cops. Those could have been guys who weren't part of that horrible association. But because things like the blue wall exist, and then you have situations where you do have cops who do horrible things, but then nothing happens to them, what that does is that builds up tension and animosity. And that's when you have these instances where people go out here and just shoot cops, not caring about what their record was and what they did. And it's always the good ones that end up getting hurt. Just like it's always, a lot of times, people getting shot who shouldn't be getting shot, they're not doing anything. They're normal people, everyday people. It's always the innocent getting hurt when the bad people get away with this crap. And another thing, with this whole Bernie joining Tom Perez, I ain't worried about it. You know why? Because as long as they don't handcuff Bernie like they did in the primary, Tom Perez is going to make an ass of his damn self. This whole talking about values bullshit is only going to wear about as long as he goes on those morning television shows and spews it. Once he actually goes out there and people see the comparison between him and Bernie, they're going to be like, oh, that's what happened. He's an idiot. I don't know why we didn't vote for Bernie. In addition to that, for all those people who are still saying, like I saw this on an episode of Young Turks literally this evening. They were still going on about, well, you know, for those who still say Hillary would have been worse, you know, look at the proof, look at what's going on. And it's like, dude, we're here because of them. The DNC kept Bernie from winning. We saw that. We're not mad about Russia hacking. We're mad about what Russia found. We're mad about the fact that Hillary basically elevated Trump because she thought she could beat him, and then she lost to him. It's almost like watching a movie with Chris Farley back in the 90s where you're trying to run for president, and then you lose to Chris Farley in the movie. This is basically that version of that.
It's crazy.
Like you lost to Chris Farley, basically. And you want to come here and say that, you know, you would have been worse. No, you put us in this situation. So that automatically makes you worse when you put the situation that we are now in order. So I feel like at this point now, I don't know, maybe it was the fact that 420 was yesterday. I feel like at this point we have to stand up and actually do this for ourselves, because you know what's going on right now? We have a situation where companies and businesses are merging, shrinking, making it harder for people to have any say. Do you think there would have been any chance in the world that what happened on United Airlines would have ever happened if we had like 50 airlines instead of like effing 7? It would have been gone, son. It would have been done. You put your hands on me, I would own this place and then sell it. Like, it wouldn't have happened. That's why we got to go out here and we got to fight, even if that means joining office ourselves. I'm really into that idea, because I'm sorry, you can't actually change the mind of someone who's getting paid to be dumb. I'm sorry, it's impossible. And another thing, I'm pissed off at the fact that Maryland, for some reason, is one of the only 7 states in this goddamn country that still thinks it's okay for rapists to have parental rights. What's up with that, Tim?
Gosh, man. Man, I got to leave it there, man.
I'm mad as hell and ain't going to take it no more.
I got to leave it there, man. Give it up for Bruce, man. Bruce killed it. Bruce killed it. I love it, man. Thank you, Bruce, man. Oh, wow. Wow. I'm going to leave my rant for later. Let me go on to the next call, man. You guys on fire tonight. I love it, guys. Thank you for the energy. Thank you for the realness. 661, you're live with Tim Black on Freedom Friday.
It used to happen to me all the time. I'd wake up with evil thoughts in my mind. So irritated, I thought I would break. It was more than I could take. So I got myself a bar stool and I threw a couple down. It really changed my life around. I've gone professional, as you can see. It's what I've done since 1993. I know bartenders all over town. Sit at the bar, so I ain't ever standing around waiting for a fool to get out of my way. Won't quit tomorrow or even the next day. You'll never stop me, don't even try. Bury me in a bottle when I die. Hi, Tim. It's Trudy in California, and I'm just kind of feeling in despair tonight. Sorry to bring everybody down, but that's me.
Oh, man, thank you for calling up and giving us that, though. That's cool, though. What's going on?
I don't have anything to say. I'm too down. My neighborhood's been
90 seconds.
The cops have been abusing people. It's just shit around here lately. And then I watch the news and it's worse. I'll get over this. I'll come back and get my thing back. But right now I'm just down.
Keep your head up now. Come on now. Every day. Come on now.
I will.
Come on, sis.
I just had to give into it for one night.
All right. All right. We need you back in the game tomorrow. I love you too, babe. We need you back in the game tomorrow with us. Let me go to the next call before this call, before the phone's cut off. 812, you're live with Tim Black, Freedom Friday. What's your name? Where you calling from?
It's Fred from Indiana.
Hey, Fred from Indiana. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing all right tonight. I'm doing all right. Glad to hear you are.
Yeah, thank you. Hello?
Perez is getting... Hello?
Yeah, now I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, Perez is getting cheered, and Bernie's getting cheered. He is going around and he has given the Our Revolution message to the people in Kentucky. There was a videotape of him talking to the overflow crowd. And he was hitting every
10
point,
seconds.
just like he did during the rallies. He is spreading the word about the revolution. And I think, I mean, I don't know for sure, but I think if he is warming up the crowd, get ready to pull all the Dems that are with him and join the People's Party, just like Nick Brown was talking about.
Wow.
It's going to happen.
Wow.
It is going to happen. I mean, the Democrats are offering nothing, offering absolutely nothing. They refuse to change. They got the Unity Commission. Bernie's people are outnumbered. That's a crock. We all know it. And there's just, you know, Bernie's getting out there and he is giving that message to people that didn't hear it. Getting out there to the red states where the Trump voters were frustrated and wanted change. And they see they ain't getting it with Trump. They just are not getting it with Trump. He's just jumped in bed with the banks and with the fossil fuels, and I mean nothing for the people. Nothing for the people. You know, he signed that bill for the HBCUs. Have we heard anything about that more?
Nope. Not a damn thing.
Not a peep.
Nope.
Nothing.
Nothing.
So he can make promises all day long. Make good sound bites. But you don't hear jack. And it's true. You know, suddenly bombing makes him presidential. That's some crazy BS.
Right.
It's just, it's you know, I mean, they were warned. Obviously, the Syria was warned. Otherwise, there would have been more casualties. Mm-hmm. I mean, hell, Trump couldn't even remember what country he was bombing. He was so focused on the chocolate cake. Told the president of China that sent bombs to Iraq. The interviewer had to say, whoa, you mean Syria, right? Oh, yes, Syria. But the chocolate cake was great. I mean, this is just insanity. And the mainstream media is just playing along And people are just insanely supportive of his going after Assad. Doesn't matter that Assad didn't release the nerve gas.
Right.
Doesn't matter that Assad didn't do the killings. It doesn't matter that the United States is funding the ISIS and Al Qaeda affiliated groups to go against Assad. It doesn't matter that we supplied them with weapons. The Pentagon and the CIA are both supplying groups with money and weapons in Syria. Mm-hmm. That money could be used here. It could be used here. Those people in Flint are suffering. I saw the footage of them people getting arrested, and they were set up. They were set up. They wanted to show them. They want to try and intimidate them. And Camp Promise is in Flint, and they need our support. They need everybody's support. If you can get there and camp out, you should do it. If you can send some money, do that. If all you can do is share their information online, then do that. But call the governor's office, call the mayor's office, call the Flint police. Tell them how you feel about it, that they should not be treating citizens like this, especially people that they've been poisoning for 3 years. And 3 more years before the pipes get fixed is insanity. Insanity all over the place. And so there was something else. Oh, Tucker Carlson, what a fool that guy is. I'm sorry. I have not seen a single segment where he's got any real touch with reality. I mean, he had Josh Fox and Susan Sarandon on, and Susan Sarandon actually insisted that she would not go on his show unless they let Josh Fox come too. I mean, the woman is a star. She is a star, number one. But Tucker Carlson was trying to blame them for the stuff that Trump is doing.
Oh, that was actually Chris Hayes, bro. That was Chris Hayes.
Oh, Chris Hayes. Yes.
Yeah, Chris Hayes is a hack.
I'm sorry. You're right.
Yeah, it's okay. Chris Hayes is a hack,
right.
though.
Tucker Carlson.
Yeah.
I've got those interchangeable morons. Oh,
no doubt.
I know that there was something else, something I saw with Tucker Carlson, but that's all right. I'm done. I guess I got my full 3 minutes in.
Yeah.
Interview with Ed Higgins was fantastic, and I heard it when I listened back. It was fine.
Okay.
I just couldn't hear on Blog Talk.
Yeah.
So weird.
Right. Well, look, man. Thank you, Fred, for your phone call, man, today, and doing the Higgins interview, man. And you're right. Both Chris Hayes and Tucker Carlson are pieces of work. I appreciate you, man. You got it, brother. 772. You're live with Tim Black Freedom Friday.
Hey, Tim, it's Eric again. How's it going?
Hey, what's up, Eric? How you doing, brother?
I'm doing fine. I just wanted to give a quick shout out to you. The other day I did Patreon for a $5 Patreon for you. And also HA.
Hey, brother. If everybody did that, we'd be good. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you. I always appreciate everything that you do. Please keep up the good work, and thank you again. Keep it real.
You got it, Eric. I promise, brother. That's my commitment to you, man. Thank you, Eric.
Thank you.
You know it. Eric, man. I want to say this, man. Look, I love it when we can clear the queue. I have answered every call that came in today, and I didn't accidentally hang up on anybody. I got through all the calls, so give it up for everyone who called the show tonight. I appreciate you. But before you go, I got something I got to say, though, guys. Don't leave yet. Before I say this, I want to remind everyone to go to patreon.com. And if you can, please contribute to the show. And why should you do it? You don't do it just because I have on a purple shirt. Do it because you value what I do. Do it because you recognize that corporate media just ain't going to cut it. And we realize to run anything that's of value to us, we got to support it. Because the companies, they're not going to support it, okay? They want to shut us down. We got to fight back. The only way to stay on is through your help. So that's why you do it, because you believe independent media matters, even for those guys not on a big network. Okay. If you can't do that, go to TimBlackTV.com. You'll find out where to go. All right, guys. So I want to say this about Bernie Sanders, guys, and I've been wanting to say this for a minute, and I think it's time to say it. I know a lot of people have a lot of criticism for Bernie Sanders, and I understand why. He's torn with Tom Perez. He didn't speak out on issues which you wanted him to speak out on. He endorsed Hillary Clinton. He toured for Hillary Clinton for a while. He says the right things, but then he carries water. Well, I want you to realize something about Bernie Sanders and why I will not throw him under the bus, but I will critique him from time to time, but I will not throw him under the bus like I've seen some other people do. And one of the reasons for that is Bernie Sanders is one of very, very few people who are allowed a platform where he can speak truth to power. One of the very few people that get that opportunity. Do you realize that when he is in these venues, when he is on the air and he's given the opportunity to speak, to bring up poverty? He's one of very few politicians who do that. Now, if it weren't for him doing that, a lot of the conversations that are going on right now would not be happening. They would not, and if they were happening, they would not be happening at the level in which they are happening. A lot of people who are engaged right now would not be engaged if it were not for Bernie Sanders running in the primary. You may not want to admit that, but it's the truth. And for all the people that criticize Bernie Sanders because he does not meet certain standards, these people aren't doing anything. I want to see what you are doing. And whatever you're doing, I'm going to tell you it's not enough, because that's the same way you treat Bernie Sanders. I do not have to agree with everything he does. I critique him when it's time to critique him. But I am noticing people who are making a career out of bashing Bernie Sanders. I'm noticing people who say that they are progressive, who are making it a career at bashing every other progressive that exists. Their job, you say that Bernie Sanders is sheep herding? He's sheepdogging Democrats back to the Democratic Party, or progressives back to the Democratic Party. You're sheepdogging disillusioned progressives and Democrats to you. And you're offering them nothing. You're not going to run for anything. You're not going to form any legislation. You're not going to do anything but talk on Facebook or YouTube or wherever, or Periscope. That gets nothing done. That's not going to change anything. You talking on these platforms don't get it done. I'm humble enough to accept that me talking on my platform, it may be helpful, but it's not going to change the world. It's not going to change legislation. And I'm not so arrogant as to believe that I have more impact than Bernie Sanders when he's on MSNBC or CNN in one of these town halls talking to people about issues that matter. So, as I stated before, I will critique Bernie Sanders, but I will not throw the baby out with the bathwater, because I like that baby. That baby does good gurgling. That baby is doing what babies do, and that baby is worth preserving. So you, my critiquer of people with such high standards that no one meets your criteria, you are part of the problem. We need some solutions. You're not giving me any. So, with that, guys, that's just what I think about Bernie Sanders. I'm tired of hearing about this. It's on and on and on and on and on. And I think we need to take a look in the mirror. Take a look in the mirror. Pick up the baton and take it further. Stop doing hours and hours of streaming dissing Bernie Sanders. Let's talk about what you're going to do. Let's talk about going forward. Take the baton and you run. You go. Take the baton, go. Take the baton, go. No, this is easily at least a 5-person race. You got one guy carrying the baton and you're mad because he don't run fast enough. What the hell? You go get the baton and you run. There is no limitations. Anyone can get in this game. Anyone can get in it. You too. I was contacted by Nick Bronner. We've been talking about some of the initiatives of the Draft Bernie for the People's Party campaign, and I'm going to be working closer with him. I work with any organization that's trying to make fundamental positive change, whether it be Nick, or whether it be some other organization. I'm about positivity, and I will do my part. Not just make videos, but I will do my part to assist in helping these organizations. So anyway, guys, that's what I think about all of this stuff. I want to thank everyone who called up. Joel, Tom, Don, EJ, Stephanie, Jimmy T, Autumn, Bruce, Mr. Cool, Nambi, Fred, Indiana, Eric, Uncle Ron, everybody, EJ, the whole crew, man. Thank you so much, guys, for calling up, making this show possible, making it interesting, keeping it real, and that's what I'm going to do. Look, like I try to tell everybody, man, and I know only some people, won't respect it, but most of you will, and I'll say this. If you ever disagree with me on something, know this. You're not look, it's not because I'm paid to say something. It's not because I got some balls hanging over me telling me I got to say something, that I got to be contrary, or I have to have this opinion or that opinion. If you disagree with me, though it may bother you and you may piss you off for a minute, know this. It's because I genuinely feel the way I feel. Okay? It's not because I'm paid to say it. It's not because I got a licensing clause. It's not because of anything else other than how I feel. And us being individuals, being different human beings who grew up in different environments, who have different stimulations, different exposure, we're going to disagree on some things. But that is the cornerstone of communication, and we need to keep that going. So, hang in there with me. I'll hang in there with you. Together, we can create something better, but we can't do it alone. We need power in numbers. So I hope that you will continue to support this show and hope that you will continue to share the video content from this channel to help us grow, because I am on a blacklist. It has not been removed. So any help that you can give or help spread the word is just as valuable. See if you can do that. And I will be back at you with more content. You don't stop. Shout out once again to Prince, one of the greatest artists ever in history of America. At least in pop music. Heck, I think one of the greatest musicians in America ever. I think if you put a list of the most influential, he's got to be up there. Marred in America. So yeah. That's it. That's all I got, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Shout out to my great Tim Black Wolfpack out there. You know who you are. Thank you for all that you do. You are the best. I see you on future videos this weekend and this week. We, of course, back at it with H.A. Goodman. I got a guest I'm trying to work on. We'll try to see what day I can get that guest on. I think you're going to love them. And I think that's all I got. Shout out to Ginger Beeler, Roseanne Mortarama, Debbie Lou, Jennifer. Jennifer's in the house. Who else is in the house? Paul Oliver, Kevin Cook, R. Lewis, Tracy Lynn, Joanne Leon, Darren Alivi, Michael Mike, Jilly Love 101, Low Key. Low Key says her and her husband disagree all the time. Who is that? Was that Grandma Christine, Citizen Debs, Trudy Caswell, Lou Pliskin, Dr. Cat Anthony Allen, Add Year 3. Jay Bird. Add Year 3 says she just started the Patreon. Give it up for Add Year 3. Thank you. I appreciate it. Look, I not only appreciate it, I need it. Okay, we need it. So thank you so much. I appreciate you for supporting the show. Victor, what up, Victor? Ifinel, what's up, Vic? How you doing, bro? Good to have you here, man. Glad you joined us in the chat area. Opinions welcomed. Callers welcome, Vic. If you have something on your mind, keep it in your head. Call in on Tuesdays and Fridays to say whatever's on your mind, man. That's how this show works. I don't cut you off because I agree with you or disagree with you. You know what I'm saying? If I disagree with you, I ain't going to cut you off. You get to speak your piece. Okay? That's what this show's about. Ideas. I love it, man. I'll see you guys on the next one. Shout out to my moderators, Broken Carpenter, Iron Man Oz, Momo Pineda for all you do, man. This buzz for you, and so is his intro.
Tim Black.
Right.
Yes, I am. True. Funny. Tim Black. I am TimBlack.com. Tim Black.
Thank you for spending your Friday evening with me, guys. Seriously. Thank you for spending your Friday evening with me. I know you don't have to. There's other stuff to do. I appreciate you for having my back and for enjoying this content and participating in it. You keep me going, literally, and I want to thank you for it. It's so cool to you guys. Shout out to Lee Camp, the Redacted Tonight crew, Claudia Stauber, Debbie Lusignan out there doing their thing, and my friend Bon Kim and his beautiful wife. Have a great weekend.
Look, man, I ain't falling for no banana in my tailpipe.